Hello, everybody. We're back. It's been probably 2 weeks since we did this like last time because I got a job. Okay, it's been 2 weeks of very busy job search, job hunting, interviews, but I finally got a job. Okay, I'm not gonna tell you what kind of job it is, but my new salary is pretty much the same, slightly higher than my previous computer programmer job. And what I'm ready to tell you is that I make slightly more money, but it's pretty much the average American salary level still. And yeah, I like, so I got a job, and I've been working for a week. I like it, okay. It's not a computer programmer job, but I'm not gonna tell you what kind of job it is. But yeah, I like it a lot. Okay, so I've been doing some a lot of interviews with employer and you know related people. So yeah, I got a job, and my bosses, they are happy with me, and I'm happy. So it's good. Okay. Yeah, I've been job hunting and starting a new job. So that's why it's been 2 weeks, and right now it's like four o'clock in the morning. So I took a long nap. Today's August 19th, okay, of 2018. So yeah. Okay, so last time we talked about this evolution, this 200,000 years of evolution of human being, and before that, probably like what's the history of mammals or vertebrates, not just mammals, reptiles, you have dinosaurs, right? For like millions of years, right? Of this. The history of evolutionary history of heterosexual reproduction mode, probably like millions of years, right? Of evolution. And the history of gay marriage is like 0.001% of that long history. So you cannot fight against millions of years. This gay marriage history was 20 years, 10 years, 3 years, okay? A decade, 10 years, 20 years, all right? That's gay marriage, something new. You cannot fight millions of years, even hundreds of millions of years history. You cannot win, okay? So it's just not gonna work, right? And let's continue to talk about this problem of homosexuality, okay? Again, we are fighting the demon, this evil ideology level, okay? We are not fighting people. No, we are actually rescuing people from this possession of people enslavement. Jesus said, truth will set you free. If you commit sin, then you are a slave of sin. Okay, and this possession by evil spirit is not just in the New Testament. Like when the David the shepherd who slayed Goliath, he was hired in the palace of the very first king Saul of Israel. Saul was the very first king in Israel back in the Old Testament days, and yeah, after he defeated Goliath. Let me turn on the heater. It's getting cold here. Um, I have two heaters. Okay, one in this room, which is entertainment room, somewhere in Alaska, I have three bedroom, okay, and plus living room and bathroom, so it's technically it's five bedroom. I mean 5 room. So my kitchen area is pretty open to connected to the openly connected. It's same space as the living room, and then I have bathroom and I have 3 bedrooms. So 5 room house, half acre property somewhere in Alaska. That's where I'm living by myself. Because yeah, well, I don't want to live with anybody, but I would love to have a date. That's my only complaint. I don't get no dates. I'm a strange guy, so nobody want to date me. Uh, but I can live with that. Okay, that's fine. It's okay. It's painful to be lonely and not having any girlfriend, but it's okay. I can handle it, alright? I have a job, I have my house, I have my car. That's all I need. No pets. I have no pets. I don't want to have pets, okay? But I do want to have girlfriend. I don't want to live with a girl, but I do want to have a girlfriend, but no girls want me. That's fine, okay? Now, where were we? Uh, yeah, David slayed Goliath, so King Saul hired David to be in his palace. So as some kind of entertainer, David, he played what some musical instrument, kind of like guitar, I guess, right? And I guess he sang too, and he also wrote music. So mostly David's job was, he was not an army Israelite army soldier. He was a shepherd. Okay, then his brother was a army Israeli army soldier. So nobody was able to defeat Goliath. So David volunteered to fight Goliath, and he won the fight. So King Saul hired David to be his, I guess, some kind of assistant. But mostly, what David did for King Saul was sing, and there's evidence that David was not a good dancer. When one of his wives, David had many wives. One of his wives kind of made fun of David when he danced. Okay, this arc of 10 Commandments by Moses. It got kidnapped by. It's like kind of like Constitution. Okay, 10 Commandments by Moses. Kind of Constitution for America. Okay, so 10 Commandments in Israel was like kind of Constitution, equivalent of Constitution. Okay, so yeah, he was kidnapped by Philistines, Palestinians, Goliath, their country, their army. So, but later on, David got it back. I think that was actually when David was king, the second king of Israel. Okay, yeah, he danced, and one of his wives said, "Oh man, you look so horrible when you dance." Okay, so but David was a musician. He wrote poems, uh, which is pretty much the book of Psalms. I almost say Palm, but Psalm. The book of Psalms, written by David. It's like he's a good songwriter. Okay, he's a good musician, composer, and also instrumentalist. He plays something like guitar or something back in the days. Okay. Yeah, so what happened was David was some kind of hired as a probably military general, right, for King Saul. So he went to battles. So and he fought battle. Back in the days, all these kings, yeah, they were military generals, right? So King Saul, yeah, they were went on a campaign to all these wars is basically robbery and theft and rape. That's what all these wars are about. It's about stealing someone else's land and property and women. Okay, that's what all these wars are about. It's about stealing money or resources, properties or land to expand the borderline. Okay, or to steal their women. Okay, rape. Okay, so we have murder, theft, and rape. The three major crimes in human history: murder, theft, and rape. Okay, and we talked about this. It's all theft. Theft is the archetypical crime of everything. Theft is that's what the essence of crime. Okay, murder is stealing somebody's life. Rape, stealing somebody's wife or daughter or sister, or stealing some woman's virginity or sexual autonomy, freedom. Okay, is stealing somebody else's right to be let alone. Okay, yeah, it's all theft. Murder, stealing somebody's life. Okay, it's about stealing. It's involuntary copium transfer. The transfer of happiness. You are stealing somebody's happiness. Okay, so it's just one thing. It's involuntary copium transfer. Copium is more like happiness. Okay. Now, yeah, metaphysically speaking. Okay, so King David, King Solomon, that's the history. Okay, so David did many things. He entertained the King Saul, and he also fought for King Saul, going to other countries and take their land. That's what America did too. California, Texas, much of those Arizona, much of those parts used to be land of Mexico. Okay, but America, under the banner of Manifest Destiny, they expanded to the west. Okay, and also they took the lands of native Indians, American Indians. Okay, of course, native Indian territory. There are some Indian territory in America, but it's kind of quite limited. Okay, so yeah, America as a country, the white people from Europe, the initial settlers in the New England in the eastern coast, like New England meaning like Massachusetts, Vermont, New York, Pennsylvania. Well, not that's kind of further down, but eastern coast. Like New England, like northern, like Maine. Northeast of America. That's New England, but all this eastern coast. That's the initial uh, colony of by Europeans, white people. Okay, so yeah, and the black people. So initially it's white people, and then they later hired black people from Africa, and Africans came with. Yeah, there's some harsh treatment. Okay, we call it slavery, but it's nothing different from employment. Okay, yeah, okay, voluntary labor. Okay, no labor is voluntary. Okay, it's a human condition. We don't like working, but we have to work in order to survive. It's a human condition, and it's not just we human beings. It's animals, plants. They work too. Okay, what do plants do for work, labor? Photosynthesis. Okay, or breathing. Okay, photosynthesis is making, taking carbon dioxide and making all these carbohydrates. Okay, and polysaccharide chain. Yeah, that's labor that plants do, and plants also consume what it created, these carbohydrates, by breathing, respiration. It's basically breaking down these carbohydrates into individual carbon dioxides. Okay, so photosynthesis and respiration, there's two opposite. Okay, there's this ant crawling on my wall. I think it could be a queen ant. So I don't want my house to be infested by all these baby ants. So I'm gonna kill it and I'm gonna flush it down the toilet. Okay. Okay, I killed it. All right. So problem solved. All right. So I'm sorry if you're an insect activist, just like animal rights activist, but there are plenty of them. Okay, so it's okay to kill an ant. I love insects, by the way. Okay, so as a child, I love insects like mantis or grasshoppers, ants. So that was my initial interest in science, and it led to other fields like physics, mathematics, other biology. So yeah, I love insects. Okay, don't get me wrong. And I love also Legos. Okay, the Legos are from Denmark, I think, right? Yeah, I love the Legos, and they kind of got me this habit of spending time on my own by myself, making all these Legos. And anyway, yeah, that led me to scientific interest too. So yeah, childhood, very important part of life, right? Um, uh, what were we talking about? So we were talking about King David. Why were we talking about King David all of a sudden? Whatever, man. Let's move on, okay? No, we're gonna erase all this crap, okay? Alright, so we talked about dualism, right? Dualism, you have, let's say you have an egg, boiled egg, okay? You have an egg shell, alright? So you have inside, and you have outside, okay? Dualism is something very powerful, okay? Okay, first of all, you have this universe, set theory. You have set A. You have set A. Everything beyond that is called A complement. Okay, so in set theory, A union, A complement equals the universal set. We have to distinguish this set operator with the curved, okay? The universal set, everything in the universe, okay? It's either you, or everyone, not you, like you as a person. It's humanity is either you or everyone else. That's the concept of A and N complement. A complement is meaning everything is outside of set A. Okay. Yeah. So you are the center of the universe. Okay. Everyone else, who cares, right? It's all about you. You are the center of the universe. It's egocentric view of the world, but it's not a wrong or right. It's just the way it is. Everyone is the center of the universe. It's just like cosmology. In the universe, there's no such a thing as the center of the universe. Every single point, because universe is infinite. All right. Every part of the universe can be thought as center of the universe in cosmology. Okay, because universe is just infinite. in space and also in time. Okay, it's not that's humanological cosmology. All right, it's not cosmology in physics. We are not doing physics here. We are in the universe of humanology. Okay, humanology is the center of the universe in this case. Okay, every other branches of science or religion or history, liberal arts, it revolves around humanology. Humanology is the center of the universe in all these episodes, in this video series. Okay, and that's how it's just the way it is. Okay, you as a person, you are the center of the universe. Everything around you revolve around you. It's like you are the sun, and all the other people are like planets revolving around you. It's nothing wrong with that kind of idea. It's just the way it is. It's not wrong, not right. It's some just the way it is. Okay, because and if you think that way, you're not a bad person or good person. It's just how everybody's thought process work. Okay, that's just how it is. Me, you, and anybody else, all these different individuals, they think they are the center of the universe, and that's just how it is. It's not just human beings, plants, animals, they're all the same. Okay. Okay, so I'm in Alaska. Okay, so I go hiking, and I have never seen a bear when I was hiking. Okay, I did see wild bears. Okay, but it's when I was commuting to my work. Okay, when I hike, I've never seen a bear when I was hiking. It's when I was in a car going to my workplace. Yeah, I've seen bears. Okay, well, at work, I was taking a cigarette break. There's this mother bear walking down in the parking lot with three cubs. Okay, yeah, I've seen that. I was like, how many feet away from that? 10 yards away, so 30 feet away, probably. I was smoking cigarette, and there was this mother bear walking down with three bear cubs. Okay, so to that mother bear, this mother bear is the center of the universe. So he looks at me, she, mother bear, she looked at me. This intense stare. It's like, what the hell are you doing? Why are you here? I'm taking my three bear cubs to the other side of the parking lot, and who the hell are you, man? To that mother bear, I'm a nuisance. Or, but she didn't attack me. She just went along. She looked at me and kind of tried to assess, tried to evaluate me if I'm a threat or not, threat to her cubs or not. Okay, so I was just smoking cigarette. I was kind of squatting down. I wanted to take a picture, pulling out my cell phone, but I didn't because I did not want to provoke this mother bear, black bear. She wasn't that big, but still black bear, right? With three cubs, okay? And I did not want to alarm or provoke this mother bear with three cubs. So I did not move. I was not scared because I have seen many bears in the YouTube videos, so I'm very familiar with their gesture. So I know bears, okay? I've seen bears in videos like attacking people or just playing with people or so yeah, because I studied bears, okay, before I came to Alaska, and I enjoy watching these documentaries about bears, okay, so I can kind of read their mind, bear's mind, based on movement, gesture, facial expression. Yeah, I'm kind of familiar with it. So the mother bear looked at me, so she was assessing, evaluating whether I'm a threat to her cubs or not. And I was smoking cigarettes, and bears are very smart. They can read human minds, okay? So They can tell our intentions. Bears are very smart. Okay. Yeah, they don't speak English or Korean or any human languages, but this body, and they can kind of read our minds, and I can read bears' minds now by now too. Okay, because I studied them. All right, meaning I read about bears and I saw a lot of documentaries about bears. I've seen bears too in life. So yeah, she looked at me. She read my mind, and I looked at her, the bear, mother bear, and I read her minds, and we realized that we are not interested in attacking each other. Okay. So the mother bear looked at me, and she realized I'm not after her cubs. I'm just enjoying the view, this encounter. Yeah, she appreciated that. Okay, so she looked at me. She realized I'm not a threat, so she just kept on walking. Okay. Yeah, the bear cubs looked at me too, but they kept on walking. And I looked at her, and I know martial arts. Okay. Yeah, I could have killed that bear, or she could have killed me, right? Okay, so yeah, but she was not interested in killing me and eating me. She was not interested in that. Okay, I could see that, and I looked at her, and yeah, I could see that, and she looked at me, and she realized I'm not interested in killing her cubs or her. Okay, so and I also did not move. I wanted to take a picture, but I did not want to provoke her, because she can misinterpret my movement. So yeah, I stayed still. I was not scared, but yeah, I stayed still. Okay, out of respect. Okay. Yeah. So that was a very nice encounter. Probably 10 yards away. It was fairly close. Probably less than 10 yards. I don't know. Okay. Yeah. It was very interesting. Very cool experience. And why are we talking about bears? Yeah, okay. Bear. So bear, mother bear. She's the center of the universe in her perspective, and I'm just a nuisance or a food source. She could have killed me and eat me, right? But me, myself, yeah, I'm the center of the universe. Okay, so she is a spectacle. She entertains me. Her cubs. Okay. Yeah, and you are the center of the universe. Okay, so everybody have this different universe. All right, that's in mathematics or physics. We call it the frame of reference. Okay, so you have this axis. Okay, x y z x y z axis, and you are right here in the center of the universe. Okay, so and it's n-dimensional space, because there are many different things, like are you more pro-life, anti-life, I mean pro-life, pro-choice. Okay, are you more anti-gayist or pro-gayist, or are you more pro-sugar fattist, anti-sugar fattist, are you more pro-tattoo piercing or anti-tattoo piercing? You are the standard. Okay, in your universe. There's only one universe. There is only one reality. There is only one human history. Okay? Timeline, the actual facts that actually end up happening. The one universe. But everybody, every single human being or every single animal, they have different coordinate system. Coordinate system. This Cartesian n-dimensional coordinate system. N-dimensional because we have many different axes in life. Like politically, are you more pro-life, pro-choice, anti-gay, pro-gay? You're more pro-tattoo piercing, anti-tattoo piercing, or are you more pro-marijuana, anti-marijuana? There are so many different axes. Okay, subjects. Are you more anti-music, pro-music? Okay, if you are strongly pro-music, then yeah, you play an instrument. If you are moderately pro-music, you just sing and dance, right? If you are anti-music, you never sing, you never play instrument, and you don't like listening to music. Yeah, the whole spectrum along one single axis. Are you about fine art, like sculpture? Do you paint, or you wanna have nothing to do with it? You have nothing on your wall, no painting, no pictures. Okay, yeah, the infinite number of axes. This axis, x, y, z, w, w1, w2, all different axes. Okay, animals have them too. Okay, are you a vegetarian? Are you carnivorous? Whatever, right? Okay, let's take a break. It's been 30 minutes. Okay, take a break. Okay, I'll be back. Okay. Okay, we're back. I killed another insect on the wall. This is giant mosquito, look like this big. They don't suck blood. I think they. I don't know what they eat. Maybe some nectar from flower. I don't know. Yeah, they're not blood sucking, but it's in my house. It was in my house. I killed it. Okay. No worries. There are plenty of them. Okay, in my backyard, front yard, everywhere. So yeah, this egocentrism is nothing bad. It's just the way it is because it's not. You are the center of the universe. Nothing wrong with that. Okay, just the way it is. Okay. And yeah, we are talking about dualism: in, out, yourself, everyone else, everything else except yourself. Okay, that's one dualism. There are many dualism. Okay, so let's not think about this outside inside thing. Let's think about outer part and inside of this egg, the egg that we eat, and there's this shell, eggshell. Okay, and we are now entering this metaphysical domain. So there's the physical phenomena, physical universe. In humanology, we see it as a mirror image of a metaphysical universe. Okay, so eggshell is the physical universe. Now, metaphysical equivalent counterpart of that is this. It's Plato. Okay, he talked about form. By form, he is thinking about something that doesn't change. Okay, in law, tax law actually, there's this maxim, this proverb, this principle: substance over form. So Plato meant by form, he talked about inside of things. So in tax law, form means outside, superficial, surface, eggshell. Okay. Substance in tax law means inside. So it's the opposite of what Plato meant by form. Okay. So in tax law, yeah, form means outside. But by what Plato, the Greek philosopher, it was a 500 BC, I guess. Yeah, he used the word form to mean something inside. Okay, so, but the philosophy of Plato, yeah, it's very much the humanology appreciates. Okay, but terminology wise, we're gonna use the modern terminology of tax law. Okay, by form we means something superficial, something outside, eggshell. Okay, the egg, the egg like yellow of the egg and white of the egg. Yeah, the egg that we eat, we call it substance. Form, we mean eggshell, the outer, the superficial parts. Okay. Now, continuing this dualism of substance versus form, we talked about this before. In computer programming, I love computer programming. It's just that I'm a nomadic personality, so I change my profession, I change where I live, I change location. Do I change girlfriends? Well, not intentionally. I don't intend to change girlfriend. I would rather have long-term relationship. It's just that girls, when they date me for like 3 months, they leave me because they cannot tolerate my strange personality. Am I a sexual deviant? No, I'm not. I'm not a sadist or anything. It's just my personality. They cannot tolerate my strange personality because I speak the truth. I say, oh, I don't like your tattoos and your piercings. So they leave me. I don't like the fact that you're obese. So they leave me. I recommend you to diet and exercise. And women would tell me, are you saying I'm fat? So I don't want you anymore. You hurt my feelings. They go away, okay? So it's not that I'm honest, 100%, because and they leave me, and that's why I'm single, okay? Because I'm trying to change them to be a better person, but they get offended by my comments, so they leave me, okay, whatever. So it's not intentional that I don't get to have long-term relationship. It's just that girls don't like me for who I am, okay? Whatever. So the metaphysical equivalent of this is concept level. Okay, so you have this concept of an apple. We talked about this before. You have concept of an apple. It's a generalized concept, and then you have specific instance of this apple. It's like computer programming concept of object oriented programming, OOP, object oriented programming. Okay, it's like I think it started with C++ plus plus or something like that. So there was C and there was C++ plus plus and there was C sharp. Okay, it's the evolution of computer programming language. Okay, so C language in computer programming is more like it's kind of between machine language. You have these pointers, this memory location, memory address. You have in the computer you have CPU, right? It's like brain, and you have then you have a memory, short-term memory. We call it RAM. It's kind of random access memory or something like that. And then you have hard drive, the C drive, which is magnetic. Memory, RAM, memory is more like electronic. Okay, so when you turn on the computer and turn it off, all this short-term memory, the RAM, is gone. Okay, but it's stored. It could be stored in the hard disk. That's like long-term memory, which is magnetic. Okay, so when you turn off the computer, this magnetized, this bits of 0 and 1 stuff, it's still there. It's because it's magnetic. It's not electronic. Okay, so it's more permanent. It's like long-term memory in your brain. Okay, so you have CPU, short-term memory, and long-term memory. That's computer and your brain too. Okay, so anyways, yeah, let's talk more about computer programming. So yeah, I'm a computer programmer. Okay, so I got a different non-programming job now. It's been a 1 week. Okay, so see, to me today is what, in the middle of August. So and I quit my programmer job 2 weeks ago. So after I had this 1 week job search. Okay, and then I got a job. So the second week of August, yeah, I've been working as a non-programmer job. Okay, I'm not gonna tell you what it is. Okay, so and there's nothing wrong with you being a computer programmer for your entire life. It's a great profession. It's a great job. Or if you're a carpenter, electrician, plumber, nothing wrong with that you are doing for your entire life. No, it's admirable dedication and commitment. And you stay with your wife for the rest of your life. That's admirable. Okay, I wish I can do that. I wish. You have kids, grandkids, one wife forever. That's great. I admire that. My parents, my friends, they all like that. Okay, most of them. Okay, so yeah, it is admirable, and nothing wrong with that. It's a good thing. Okay, because Jesus was very strongly against divorce. Okay, I agree with that because stability in marriage is very important for your kids. Okay, development of this childhood. Yeah, you need one mother, one father. Okay, very important. Yes, I agree with Jesus that divorce is not a good thing. But Jesus also said, if your limb, like your arm or your leg, make you sin, you cut it off, because it's better to enter the heaven as a crippled person than entering the hell as a whole person. Okay. Um, I interpret humanology interpret that Jesus is teaching metaphysically. Okay, I would never encourage you to cut off your arm or your leg. But what I encourage you to do is that if your job or your spouse or your friend make you sin, commit sin, like moral wrongdoing, immoral things, then you disconnect from your job, your friend, or your family member, your spouse. Okay, so let's say you are a wife of a very abusive husband. He beat you physically. Then yeah, you have to divorce. Okay, because you don't want to die or get beaten. All right. Yeah, yeah, you have to divorce. Divorce is the right thing to do. It's like cutting off your metaphysical limb. Okay. It's a branch of your life. You cut it off because it's harming you. Okay. Your friend commit crimes and trying to get you into the crime, or he's doing something immoral and trying to get you involved in those immoral activity. You disown your friend. Okay, you disconnect. Okay, you or your girlfriend, boyfriend. Yeah, you just break up. Okay, yeah, that's how I interpret that Jesus' teaching of cutting off limb. I interpret it as a metaphysical level. So humanology is it emphasizes about metaphysical universe. Okay, so God in the beginning, okay, in Genesis, book of Genesis, in the Old Testament of Bible, God says, He created all these animals. Okay, the interpretation of this physical world, physical universe. God created all these animals and plants, and God commanded them, ordered them to thrive and reproduce and spread, conquer the earth, planet Earth, conquer this object, Earth, spread. That's God's command order, and that's the will of animals and plants to reproduce and multiply. Okay, that's the will of animals and plants. God programmed them to be that way. He ordered them. He told them to do that. Okay? What's the metaphysical equivalent of that? Metaphysical counterpart, the analogy. I give you like 10 seconds for that, okay? If you ask me, it's this, okay? So, animal, plant, object. You have God, angel, and concept, okay? Ideologies, activism, advocacy, politics, religion, all this thing. Or corporations or any organization like NGO, non-governmental organization, or companies, hobbies, activities, whatever. It's all concept level, okay? Ideologies, isms. They are the animals, okay? Metaphysical animals. So God created this concept. God created snake. Okay, so And then snake tempted Eve. There was Adam and Eve, right? So snake tempted, according to the Bible, book of Genesis. Snake tempted Eve and I'm kind of wondering if I should tell you this because this is very rated R, like adult material. Okay, I'm hesitating to tell you this. Okay, my theory. All right, because it's very adult sexual content. So if you are underage, like under 18, I want you to stop watching this. Okay, because this is adult material. Okay, but if you are a parent of a child, then yeah, stop this and don't let your children watch this. Okay, because but I think it's my moral obligation to tell you this theory. Okay, so there was Adam and then Eve and then there was snake. Okay, so snake tempted Eve to eat this apple, this tree of knowledge. Okay, this tree and the fruit. God told Adam and Eve, "Do not eat the fruit of this tree, tree of knowledge." And in the Old Testament, this term knowledge or know, to know something, it means sex. Okay, so virgin, female virgin is referred to as a woman who does not know a man. Okay, so yeah, know, to know somebody, that's euphemism. Euphemism. Okay, it's euphemism. It's kind of roundabout way of saying this man and woman had sex. Okay, so sexual intercourse. Okay, so that means man knowing woman, women knowing man means they had sex. Okay, so yeah, tree of knowledge. Humanological interpretation of that is sexual intercourse. Okay, so this snake tempting Eve with this fruit of tree of knowledge is like the snake tempting Eve that the snake and Eve have sex, meaning the snake enters the vagina of Eve as a snake, this head. Snake is this long, right? It's kind of like female masturbation. She has dildo. She insert the dildo into her vagina. Okay, so that's how humanology interprets that this event between interaction between snake and Eve. Snake penetrated Eve's vagina. That was a temptation. The very first sex is bestiality. The very first sex that in human history was between snake and a female human being, Eve. Okay, so snake, this long animal, entered into Eve's vagina. Okay, so that's the interpretation of humanology of this event in Garden of Eden. That's very first sexual intercourse was not between Adam and Eve. It was between snake and Eve. Okay, so they did that, and then Eve liked it. So Eve persuaded Adam to do the same thing. So Adam's penis and Eve's vagina, they had intercourse. There was a second sexual intercourse in human history between Adam and Eve. Okay, but before that, the very first sexual intercourse was between snake and Eve. Okay, so yeah, that's humanological interpretation of this event, Garden of Eden. Okay, and then why are we talking about this, man? Oh my goodness. Okay, let's go back to computer programming world. Okay, so you have in the object-oriented computer programming, you have class and you have objects. Okay, class is like class it's more like a metaphysical level, and objective is more physical level. So that's dualism right there. Heaven and earth. Okay, so in the heaven you have this concept of apple, a class of apple in computer programming. Okay, and you have individual instances or objects of apples, like apple 1, apple 2, apple 3 on your table. That's instantiation of this concept of apple. That's how computer programming point of view works. Okay, so you have this concept of an apple in your brain, in your memory. It's a generic, generalized concept. But when you go to Walmart or grocery, yeah, you see this pile of apples and you recognize it as apple because these individual examples of apples, it fit the description stored in your brain as a long-term memory, your C drive, hard drive. It matches the information and data in your brain about the apple. Okay, so oh yeah, that's an apple. You recognize that. Okay, so metaphysical level concept of an apple and individual physical level individual instances of apple. But there is only one concept of apple. You don't have 10 different apple concepts. You have one single concept of one apple, but you have hundreds of apples in front of you in the supermarket. Okay, one concept, many individual instances, examples of apples. Okay, so that's the form versus substance. Okay, yeah, there's a dualism there. Why are we talking about all this? I don't know. Whatever. Okay, we will several episodes, couple of episodes ago, we talked about this economic bubble. Okay, so there's only one bubbleism, this concept, this phenomena. One bubble is up and down. This enlarging bubble and then it bursts. This Great Depression of 1929, I guess, Black Friday, right? Great Depression. Okay, so there was this huge stock market, and all of a sudden it goes down. Okay, or this tulip bubble back in 1800s, I think, in Netherlands, I think. Yeah, it was boom and bust. Okay, there are examples of this bubbleism, boom and bust. That's the concept, one single concept, but it repeats itself like a sine curve, sinusoidal curve. Okay, it keeps on repeating itself. Okay, just like day and night, just like weekday and weekends. It rotates, repeats itself perpetually, eternally. Okay, economic bubble like housing market crash in during the George W. Bush era in 2005, whatever, right? Yeah, boom and bust, housing market bubble, and dot-com bubble during the Bill Clinton era, I think. Yeah, boom and bust. Okay, and we talked about this. What's the reason for that? Because there only so much money. Money is not infinite. Okay, there's so much money that can be invested in stock market. Personally, I'm not a huge fan of stock, like, you know, because so we talked about accounting equation like asset equal to liability and equal equity. Okay, let's do it real quick. Okay, A equal to liability plus E, and this is a debt like bond. This is like stocks. Okay, shareholder stocks. Unlike bonds, stocks, a corporation is not obligated to pay back the principal or interest, which is like the principle is like buying back the stock as a treasury stock, okay, repurchase, buying it back, and interest is more like paying the dividends, okay, that's equivalent to that. But bonds, yeah, you're bonded, you're obligated, legally obligated to pay back the principal after 10 years, a few years, depending on the contract. Yeah, you have to pay back the principal, $100, and you have to pay back the interest, like $1. Okay, you're obligated to. In stock, yeah, you are not. Corporation is not legally obligated to pay back the principal or dividends. So stock is more like a fraud, kinda. Okay, so you take somebody else's money, you you don't have to pay it back. Okay. So these stockholders, these stock purchasers, these buyers, how do they make money then? By selling it to someone else, to with a higher for a higher price. That's the secondary stock market. Okay. Okay, then the secondary purchaser, how does he make money? By selling off to a third stock purchaser, tertiary stock purchaser. Okay. Okay, so the price go up, and then they run out of money. Nobody wanna purchase it anymore because stock price is too high. That's the market crash, stock market crash of Great Depression, or yeah. So that's the boom and bust cycle. Okay, so I'm not a huge fan of stock market. Okay, so I think stock. So I wrote a paper, academic paper. Okay, because I invented this concept of a super stock, the kind of, in order to make stock to operate more like a bond or debt. Okay, it goes like this. I wrote a paper on this. It's online for free, thanks to charitable people in San Francisco. Okay, I'm gonna tell you this because Northern California is very liberal region. Okay, they approve gay marriage, marijuana. Okay, Northern California, like San Francisco, where all the Silicon Valley, like Google, all, yeah, they're all there. Okay, I love them. Okay, because they're very open-minded, like I am. So my viewpoint is very conservative. It's extreme right, far right, but they published my papers. Okay, online. That's how open-minded they are. Okay, they know I'm conservative and not liberal, but they accepted my paper and they published it. That's why I appreciate them even more, because they disagree with me, but they decided to publish my paper there. Okay, so yeah, I appreciate that. Okay, because there's something very saintly, like sainthood, like Mother Teresa. Okay, so very difficult to do, to help somebody that you disagree with. Okay, so yeah, fantastic journalism. All right, so I appreciate that. So in that paper, what I said was, what were you talking about, man? Oh, no, I forgot. Yeah, yeah, super stock. Okay, so stocks should be more like bond, meaning let's put some threshold. Okay, let's say this corporation starting to make a lot of profit. Like, say the pure profit surplus is like 10% of its assets. Okay, okay, the company is doing well. Then you're obligated to pay off the stockholders 1% of the surplus. Okay, I'm just giving you example numbers. So if the company start to making 10% of its asset as a surplus, then you're obligated to pay dividends or buy back the stock with 1% of their surplus. Okay, so now it's legally obligated. But it all depends on how much money the company makes. Bond is not like that. Okay, you are obligated to pay interest and principal no matter what. But super stock concept is most flexible. It depends on how well the company does. But if it goes beyond the threshold level of this thriving, sales, then yeah, you are obligated to pay the dividend or buy back the stocks. Okay. Yeah, so that's the concept of super stock. It's kind of a combination between these two concepts. Okay. It's been 1 hour, so let's take a break. Okay. So. Okay, we are back. Um, I'm running on vodka, so let's let me give me some time to get some more vodka here. And my vodka bottle is running out, so I gotta go to grocery today, Sunday, to get some more vodka and other stuff. And I was so busy past 2 weekends and 2 weeks. I haven't been to any grocery store. Running out of food and whatever. All right. So what are we talking about, man? Ah, going everywhere. Yeah. So okay. Forget about all this stuff. Okay. So God created all the animals and ordered them to spread. Okay. So evolution wise, actually evolution is not very contrary to Bible. Okay. So after this Adam and Eve incident of this eating the forbidden fruit, there was in the beginning, according to the Bible, in the Old Testament, the book of Genesis, there was only one law: do not eat the fruit of this tree. Meaning, humanological interpretation is that do not have sexual intercourse. Okay, that was very for the one and only law of the humanity, consisting of one man and one woman, Adam and Eve. Okay, don't have sex. Yeah, that was the very one and only and first law in humanity. Okay, so there's in the Garden of Eden, back in the Middle East. Okay, this Tigris and Euphrates river somewhere in the Middle East. Okay, they only had one law and they couldn't even do it. Okay, they couldn't even obey that one law. And let's talk philosophy here. God did not have to create that law or that tree of knowledge. He didn't have to make it accessible to Adam and Eve, but he did. He created this tree of knowledge. He didn't have to put it there in the middle of Garden of Eden. He didn't have to. And what is worse, he knew. What is even worse, he made them to violate the law. God is the single author, single writer of human history. He wrote it. He wrote that, oh, Adam and Eve, yeah, I told them not to eat the fruit of this tree, but later on, yeah, they will disobey, and because I want them to disobey. He wrote that. Adam and Eve, you shall not eat the fruit of this tree, but you shall disobey this law. You shall disobey me, God. He wrote it. He ordered it. Okay? So that's how bad God is. Okay? God is 49% evil and 51% good. It's not like God is 100% good. No. He created all these evil things like snakes. He created that. He ordered this snake, Satan, to tempt Eve. He ordered Eve to tempt Adam. Everything that happened in the universe and will happen in the universe, God ordered them to exactly do those evil things. Okay? Why? To entertain himself. That's how horrible God is. God is horrible. Okay, he's making use of us as like toys and pawns to entertain himself. Very selfish. To our detriment, to our sufferings and pains and miseries. God is enjoying all this, just like he's watching a movie that he wrote. It's perverse, okay? So that God is 49% very, very evil. That's why God was able to create evil, because he is half evil. That's why created, uh, God was able to create evil because he is evil, okay? God created Satan. Why? Because he is like half Satan, okay? So there's this temple of Satan, right? This Satanism, they have some valid points because half of God is Satan. So if they are worshiping Satan, yeah, they are worshiping God, Christian God, the same God, one and only Bible God, okay? Oh, sorry, my nose is kind of itchy, and I did wash my face, but it's still itchy. I don't know, maybe it's too hot. Turn on the heater, and I turned it off, and I'm gonna take off my jacket. Okay. So yeah, so why evolution is not contrary to Bible? Because it's this. So I think, yeah, a snake is a reptile, so it evolved from a lizard. Lizard have this split tongue, some of them, right? Just like a snake does, and yeah, probably it used to have a limb, four limbs, just like a lizard. Okay, so snake kind of branched out in an evolutionary tree of life. Okay, but it used to have these four limbs, but after this incident of Adam and Eve disobeying God, snake tempting Eve, God was angry with this snake who used to have four limbs, who used to be able to stand up like the gecko in Geico advertisement, right? But so God punished, according to the book of Genesis. Okay, he punished the snake. Okay, you committed this grave sin of tempting Eve, so I'm gonna punish you. The sentence is you're gonna crawl on the earth, crawl on the ground from now on. So God cut off the four limbs of this initial satanic lizard. I love gecko. Okay, gecko. Yeah, it's beautiful. Uh, Computer graphic, three-dimensional image. Okay, yeah, this gecko insurance advertisement is beautiful. Okay, it's very smart, very humorous. Okay, but this lizard, satanic lizard, uh, he tempted evil Eve, and so Eve was tempted, and this evil lizard had sex with Eve, and then God was angry, so he cut, as a punishment, he cut off all these four limbs. So that's the birth of a snake that we see. Have no limbs, no arms, no legs. It's crawling on the earth. Okay, so and as the punishment, so there's first sin of sexual intercourse between this satanic lizard and Eve. The punishment is God cut off all the limbs and made it into a snake. Okay, that's evolution from lizard to snake. Four limbs to no limbs. Okay, that's the evolution from lizards and to snake. Okay, so that's the first punishment. Second punishment is for the second sin, or the sexual intercourse between Adam and Eve. Okay, God punished Eve that you're gonna give birth to a baby. That's the punishment of the second sin, original sin of between Adam and Eve. Yeah, you had fun, you had sex. Okay, so now comes the pregnancy and this child labor, this horrendous pain. That's the punishment of the sin of sexual intercourse. Because God told them not to have sex. but they violated that law. So now comes the punishment. For women, it's pain of childbirth. For men, the punishment, yeah, you had fun, you had sex, you had orgasm, okay? Yeah, so now comes the punishment of daily labor. You have to go to work every day for the rest of your life to support your wife and kids, okay? Yeah, that's the theory of humanology, of interpretation of this book of Genesis, Adam and Eve, okay? I am not against marriage. I'm not against married couple having sex and giving birth to children. No, actually, I'm a huge fan of marriage, married couples having kids because children are beautiful. Okay, I don't have any children of my own. That's why I love children even more because they are beautiful and yeah. I used to be a Sunday school teacher. Okay, yeah, they're beautiful and they love me. I love them. It's fun to play with kids. Okay, and I'm not against marriage or sexual intercourse between a man and a woman in a marriage setting. I'm not against that. Now let's talk about abortion. Okay. Previously, I told you that I'm more pro-choice than pro-life. Okay, but not exactly. Okay, I'm more like half and half. Okay, maybe I'm more like 51% pro-choice and 49% pro-life. Okay, so I'm more liberal than conservative in terms of abortion. Okay, so because I'm single, maybe because I don't want to get married, I don't want to have kids. No, I don't, because the rest of the world, everyone except me, they're married, they have kids. I want them to get married and have kids. But me personally, this is my brainchild, okay? It's my brainchild, humanology, okay? So, yeah, it's my child, metaphysical child, okay? So, I don't want to have physical child because that's gonna take too much money and time. I'd rather devote my money and time to this humanology. Not money, because money is just me paying my bills, that's it. I have nothing left after paying my bills, okay? But the time, yeah, I don't have that much time either. Today's Sunday morning, okay? It's like 6 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning on Sunday. It's been 2 weeks since I last recorded this, okay? Because I'm so busy. I love my job, new job, and uh, I work overtime nowadays to catch up with this new job. Okay, I work during the weekend. Okay, past 2 weekends. Last weekend was me interviewing. Okay, this weekend, yeah, I worked. All right, for my new job because I have a lot of catch up to do. Okay, but the spare time today, just 2 hours, yeah, is dedicated for humanology, my brainchild. If I have physical child, then I won't be having this kind of time, even though it's like 2 hours every other week. Okay? Because after work I have to relax and drink vodka and watch some movies. This weekend, like last night, I watched this two movies. Die Hard. Okay. Yeah, I enjoy watching movies. Nice and relaxing. Okay, you know what? There's this spider I see. I'm gonna kill it. Okay, this is my house. I'm not gonna tolerate this bugs and insects and eight-legged stuff. So I'm gonna kill it and I'm gonna flush it in the toilet, and we'll take 5 minutes break. And oh my goodness, I'm crawling on this narrow. I killed the spider. Okay. Oh my goodness. I killed it. I flush it, and we'll take a 5 minutes break, and we'll be back. Okay. Okay, we're back, and let's talk about a little bit more about Garden of Eden. Okay, so back in the days in the Garden of Eden, before the original sin of having sex, just eating this apple, um, let's try to imagine how they felt and why they had to eat this forbidden fruit. Probably because they are bored. Okay, so they're very bored, and they are doing nothing. So idle hands is the playground of the devil, right? So yeah, they want to do something fun, something naughty, something forbidden, right? I think that's why. Okay. So me, am I a happy single? Not really. If you are single, you're not happy. There's no such a thing as happy single. Hood, single, ism. Okay. Yeah. Do I want to have sex with a girl? Yeah, of course I do. And but I don't get any. I already told you this is adult material. Okay, so I can speak freely now. Yeah, I masturbate. Okay, I watch online adult free uh, video footage online. Okay, so yeah, that's what I do when I need something fun, and but it's not the same. I'm not a virgin. Okay, yeah, I know how it is to have sex, how fun it is, and but girls don't want me, so and yeah, it's not fun to be alone and single, and it's not fun. But I'm okay with it because I can tolerate that pain of being single, being lonely. That's kind of the reason that I came to Alaska to be alone. But yeah, a girlfriend would be nice, but whatever. Okay. Uh, so yeah, Adam and Eve, they were bored. They were not working. They didn't have a job. Adam and Eve. Okay, so they were just sitting there, okay, in the Garden of Eden, okay, and watch all these animals and plants and eating fruits and whatever. I'm not sure if they ate any meat. I would guess they may have hunt and gather these plants, hunt these animals, and but that was not enough. Okay, they wanted to have sex. Okay, so they had sex, the forbidden fruit, and Eve got pregnant with Adam's baby, and now they have one more baby to feed. So Adam has to hunt and gather extra. Okay, so you can see me, my life, or some of you single people. Yeah, maybe it's Garden of Eden. Okay, you're single, free from all this family or obligation to feed someone else. But if I do get have sex with a woman and get her pregnant, then she'll give birth to a child, and I will have to work extra to feed my wife and kid. So that's the expelling. I'm being expelled from this Garden of Eden of being single guy. Okay, because I have to work harder to make more money to feed my wife and kids. Okay, so that's humanological interpretation of this Garden of Eden, man and woman. Okay, so the very first instance of this homosexuality is also in Book of Genesis. It did not take long before homosexuality arose. It's in the Book of Genesis. Okay, so Adam and Eve, they gave birth to children, and later on there's this Noah. They're all in Book of Genesis. Okay, Noah, the great flood. Okay, and then Noah's family was single, surviving family, and then there's a flood. Everyone died, and then later on they got out of this Noah's Ark, and but there are some other people, other survivors. Okay, so they got married, and later on they Noah's so there was Adam and then Noah, and then their descendant was Abraham. Okay, so and Abraham's cousin or nephew, whatever, was Lot, Lot, Lot. So Abraham and Lot, they were living, they were the residents of Sodom and Gomorrah. Okay, Abraham, famed Abraham, the ancestor of Israel and Arab, you know, Ishmael and Jacob. Yeah, he lived in Sodom and Gomorrah, the sin city. Okay, but God told them, get out of that sin city, Sodom and Gomorrah. It's like twin city. Okay, so that's where this sodomy came from. Okay, so Sodom and Gomorrah was a big sinful city where everybody have sex with everybody beyond their gender. Okay, that's like America today. That's why I'm so concerned about America. I love America. I love San Francisco. I love Northern California. Okay, I love them. They're great people. I made friends there. Okay, I don't want California or San Francisco to go down like Sodom and Gomorrah. I want to prevent that from happening because I love people there, no matter what their sexual orientation is. I love everybody. Okay, I want to save them, right, from their self-destruction, from this possession of devil. I want to save them. Okay, that's why I'm doing what I'm doing right now. Okay, because yeah. So sodomy, the term sodomy, you know, a male inserting his erected penis into another male's anus, that's sodomy. Okay. Now it's gay anal sex, male gay anal sex, and again, this is adult material, but I already gave you a warning. Okay, so we have to talk about this because that's what it is. That's what they do. Okay, gay anal sex. All right, we cannot just gloss over it because that's what it is. Okay, so males, unlike females, we are promiscuous gender. It's not just human beings. It's all mammals, all other animals. Because males, yeah, they want to propagate their sperms by having sex with as many females as possible. Animals do that. We humans do that. But heterosexuality, women, they don't tolerate that kind of promiscuity. So that's why we have in heterosexual relationship, there's this built-in inherent mechanism against male promiscuity. Okay, but if you put two males together, now this promiscuity is amplified. Okay, that's why male gays, yeah, they agree. Two males, they agree that they want to have sex with as many other gay males as possible. So this sex orgy, okay, so everybody, gay male sex orgy party, they have sex with everybody. So that's why 70% of AIDS patients are male gays when they comprise only constitute only 5%, 2% of population, 5%, whatever. Okay, that's why yeah, 2% of population. Okay, that's why gay males are 30 times more likely to have AIDS than random American. Okay, we mathematically proved that in one of previous episodes. Okay, it's pure science, pure mathematics. There's no politics, no religion. It's pure science, pure objectivity, mathematics. Okay, gay males, according to Center for Disease Control, CDC, yeah, they are 70% of all the AIDS patients, male gays. Okay, so that's, we also talked about this homophobia, where it's not a phobia, it's about self-preservation. You don't want to get AIDS, that's why you want to distance yourself from male gay people, because you don't want to get AIDS. It's a virus disease. Okay, you can get virus from closely interacting with gay males, and if you're afraid of getting AIDS because you're afraid of death, that's not an irrational fear. It's not a phobia. Okay, And male gays, yeah, they get AIDS because it's just the way it is. You know, males are promiscuous. So gay males, they're still males, so they are promiscuous, okay? And there's no this deterrent of females against promiscuity. That's why they have STDs, okay? More STDs than heterosexual couples. And female gay people like lesbians, they just it's lesbian style. Not, I'm not talking about people. I'm talking about this lesbianism. Okay, lesbianism is about making women ugly. Okay, they have hair cut short. They never wear skirts. They always wear baggy pants. They talk like boys. Lesbians. They look like boys. They get rid of their breasts by this plastic surgery. They want to look like males. Okay, that's lesbians. So lesbian style is very fixed. There's no diversity there. Male gay style, there's no diversity there. Male gays, yeah, they want to look like a girl. Okay, there's no diversity there. So gayism is not about diversity. No, it's about restricting your degree of freedom. If you're a lesbian, you have to look like this lesbian style, which is very ugly. Okay, male gayism, yeah, there's this fixed style. It's not diverse. No, you're male gay, you look like a girl, you talk like a girl, you walk like a girl. If you're a lesbian, you walk like a boy, you talk like a boy. Okay, it's fixed. It's not about diversity. Okay, so this self contradiction. They talk about diversity, but they're against diversity. Okay, so gay parenting. You don't have diversity of gender in gay parenthood. It's either two males or two females. So this child only get imbalance gender metaphysical diet. They have only two males. It's worse than single parenthood. Okay, because now this single gender is multiplied, amplified. You have two male, you have two fathers or two mothers. That's the worst. It's not suboptimal. Single parenthood is suboptimal. Optimal parenthood is male, one female. But single parenthood is suboptimal. Like gay parenting is the worst. It's not. It's less than suboptimal. Okay, so okay. Ah man. It's going on and on. Let's stop here. Okay. All right. Bye.